श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna. Glories to Srila Prabhupada, and welcome everyone to the Wednesday night reading and discussion of Chaitanya Charitamrita, conducted by the Hare Krishna Society and Prabhupada Disciples Association. And the Hare Krishna Society was established by our godbrother Yashodanandana Prabhu in 2002, and has been operating under his supervision since then, and in good standing with the government of California and their rules and regulations. So it's now growing by the interest of people who want to protect Prabhupada's legacy. And that's one of the missions of our group. And it's so beautiful, Yashodanandana, the opening section where we stress this unchanged, unedited part of Prabhupada's mission that a lot of people have changed, especially our godbrothers, and this is due to whimsical behavior. And that goes on in the world of dreams and illusion. So it's interesting that we're having an initiation ceremony on September 20th, correct? Thank you very much. I knew it. I had said September 22nd. I was corrected. Sometimes we make mistakes. Yes, but anyway, back to the point. Initiation. We're very excited about the group of devotees that are stepping forward for initiation on that day. And they'll be getting a new name. They're having their beads chanted on and sent back to where they live. And they've qualified for that opportunity to initiate or start the process formally of initiation with Srila Prabhupada as their guru. It's a big deal, very big. And they've done things like, for example, Ram Raghava, they're chanting 16 rounds a day. Very important. In fact, today when I was out chanting my rounds, I was meditating on the holy name and the value of it, thinking about myself, not about everybody else, well, how I chant, and wondering, well, how am I doing? And how have I been doing over the last 55 years of chanting the holy name? Well, I rate myself as I'm still doing it. That's how I rate myself. Because a lot of people a lot of these Sahajya, sannyasi people in other groups, they're talking about all kinds of rasa and bhava and all kinds of so-called transcendental philosophy, which is basically mental concoction for their followers, trying to show them. There's this guy from Germany. He's doing all kinds of videos and Hare Krishna chanting like that. It's just, for me, I don't hate the person, but I hate the subject, what they're saying. It's just bothering. But getting back to the chanting, I'm going to give some suggestions. The first thing is chant every day. That's the first thing. No matter if you feel like you don't want to chant, some days you may say, I don't want to chant, I don't feel like it. No, you have to chant, especially if you're becoming committed to this process. Prabhupada ordered us to chant minimum 16 rounds a day. And that is the key to stay steady in this process of hearing the holy name. And what do you do when you chant? Well, Prabhupada explained it like this. You chant the name with your tongue and you listen with your ear. You chant, you hear, and you capture the mind, because the mind is everywhere. That's the nature of the mind. It goes this way, that way. It's like being on a roller coaster ride. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, like that. Your mind is going everywhere. But you listen to the sound. That's as simple as it is. And what will happen? You're following the instructions of the spiritual master. To hear the holy name, and the holy name in itself will affect your consciousness, provided you remain committed to this process. And the first thing, chant your rounds. That is the first thing to do. Absolutely. Make sure. If you want to get initiated, you've got to commit to this. What does initiation mean? Yashoda knows it, and he's taught me nice like this. Initiation means to start. Prabhupada said the same thing. You start the process. And how long do you do it? Well, Prabhupada told us, well, for your whole lifetime. Oh, that's a long time. Well, it isn't a long time. It's a short time in relation to material time, which is billions of years. And we've been traveling through different species of life, up and down in the evolutionary process. And somehow or other, we come to the human form of life. We have a chance, Ram Raghava, to get out. But are we serious? Well, yes, we are. And are we serious about chanting? Yes, we are. And how will you do? Well, I'll say this. If you practice this every day, eventually, practice makes perfect. That's as simple as it is. I was explaining to one of our god sisters earlier today. If you want to be a good bass player, you know, and I've spent at least 10,000 hours playing the bass, by the way, in my life. You know, not now, that's for sure, but in the past. That is how you achieve some level of expertise. Some. There's many combinations in it. But the principle is practice makes perfect. That's the principle. So if you keep practicing, you follow the rules and regulations, and you chant your rounds every day, eventually, by the mercy of the Lord, you'll make advancement. Yes. We have a section here, Ram Raghava, that I want to read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita for everyone's reference this evening. And thank you, everyone, for coming to the program. When a student interpreted the glories of the holy name as a prayer of exaggeration, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, greatly unhappy, immediately warned everyone not to see the student's face henceforward. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the glories of the transcendental potency of the Lord's holy name, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the great chant for deliverance, one unfortunate student said that such glorification of the holy name was an exaggeration in the Shastras to induce people to take to it. In this way, the student interpreted the glories of the holy name. This is called Artavada. It is one of the 10 offenses at the lotus feet of the holy name of the Lord. There are many kinds of offenses, but the offense known as Nam Aparad is an offense at the lotus feet of the holy name and is extremely dangerous. Their Lord therefore warned everyone not to see the face of the offender. He immediately took a bath in the Ganges with all his clothes to teach everyone to avoid such a nama aparad. The holy name is identical with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no difference between the person God and his holy name. Just like Prabhupada, there is no difference between him and his teachings, as long as his disciples don't change them. There is no difference. This is the absolute position of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, One who distinguishes between the Lord and his name is called a Pashandi, or non-believer, an atheistic demon. Is that harsh? No, it's not harsh. It's a fact. There are two classes of men, devotees and demons. Here's a description of a demon. Glorification of the holy name is glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should never attempt to distinguish between the Lord and his name or interpret, that's what these people do, the glories of the holy name as mere exaggerations. Go ahead. So, the chanting of 16 rounds is critical, everyone, to your spiritual well-being. Like when you're sick. When you're sick, you have to go to the doctor. And the doctor gives you a medication. You know this, Ram Raghava. You're now a doctor practicing. And you have to give the patients medication. And if they don't take the medication, will they be cured? Maybe, maybe not. Highly unlikely. So the cure for our material disease, mental confusion, in this phantasmagoria of material existence is the chanting of the holy name. The name of God and his form are non-different. He's non-different. And Prabhupada said, when Krishna is chanting, when you're chanting Krishna's name, he's dancing on the tip of your tongue. Do you believe it? Do you? Well, you may not believe it, but keep chanting and eventually you'll see it. It'll happen. This is guaranteed. This process is guaranteed. Absolutely. And along with the chanting, we follow 4 regulated principles. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling. So we expect everybody, whether you were initiated in 1967 or you're initiated in 2025, to do the same thing, no different. These are eternal principles that we follow. 4 regulated principles. And next, we not only expect, because our group, we associate with each other and we sponsor each other to get initiation. Yes, we do. Because that was Prabhupada's system when we ran temples. We'd examine the student, we'd meet people, we'd preach to them, we'd encourage them. It's like Shripati, Yashoda, Nandana Prabhu. Shripati, he would teach you. Yashoda kindly remembers him so nicely in the early days. Oh, mental speculation. No mental speculation, Yashoda Nandana. No, please. So by association with devotees, you can see everybody knows how it works. In life, you associate with people, you get to know them, and you get to understand their commitment to the process of devotional service, their sincerity of purpose. Sincerity of purpose. You initiate yourself. That's who does it. And then Prabhupada formally, because you're committed to him and the process, you want to move forward and become more involved. That's formal initiation. Oh, there's all this concoction that goes on these days. Oh, I saw Prabhupada in 50 dreams I had. He initiated me in my dream. Oh, maybe he did. We're not Krishna. But generally, the principle is this. You follow this type of system. And what else do you have to do? You have to come to these classes. Yes. At least in our group. You come to the classes, you can get some positive information about the transcendental nature of this study group and its philosophy that we're presenting. That Prabhupada is living in sound, the difference between Vani and Vapu, very important principle. If you don't get that, you can't go anywhere. You can just mentally concoct who you are. You got it initiated in a dream. Dreaming. That's all you're doing is you're dreaming. It's better that you're dreaming this than anything else. And let Krishna let you move forward. You know, Krishna's in charge, obviously. So this process has rules and regulations. Yes, you come to the classes. And I know Rochisha Devi Dasi, I'm going to speak for her. She loves the classes. Just nod your head. I know you're going to. She does. It's like medicine. She's got, if she's feeling, you know, she's on her own. She lives up in the country. She's working at all of her duties there. She takes care of this and that, but she has a chance during the week, 3 times a week, to come to the classes. And they almost up to 8 hours, Ram Raghava. And look what we added into the classes. We added in japa. You like that? Where we all chant together? I love it. By the way, I had 2 rounds left to do. So I thought when I got back, you know, I was talking to quite a few. Sometimes I go to my morning walk or daytime walk. I get phone calls from devotees around the world. And I take my time, but it sacrifices my japa time to speak to them. Because we have to sacrifice for others. We can't be all about ourselves. But valuable conversations with our God brothers and God sisters. So it's a good thing. But tonight I thought, well, good. We've got the japa program. The japa's going to come on. And I've got 2 rounds. I'll do those 2 rounds, one at the beginning of the program, and we're going to have another session at the end, too. So there's 2 japa classes, 2 to 3 Prabhupada lectures. Remember before we had a different program and people would ask us questions, and maybe they give their own answers, but I don't know why they'd ask when they give their own answer. But people were doing it. I thought, well, let's Ram Raghava, let's expand this section to more Prabhupada lectures that we hear. And everybody can connect the dots and see how this is authentic. Holy name, kirtans, japa class, beautiful readings, word for word, like we have the dialogue of these beautiful books, the Srimad Bhagavatam. And I want to tell a story about somebody in San Francisco, Danishna. This lady is a star, by the way, a real preaching star. And she's setting such a high example for all of us of how to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam. Here's the story we showed in Andana. You'll like this. So last week, Ron Singh got a hold of me and he says, Prabhu, I'm going to San Francisco Rath Yatra. I said, oh, okay, that's a good idea. He says, should I take a set, 3 boxes, 20 sets of the Delhi Bhagavatams to her in San Francisco? So I said, sure, do it. Just take them. We trust her implicitly. She's already distributed 40 sets. She's going to go to 60. And she's just finishing up. Anyway, he got there and she said, well, I don't need them right now. Okay, fine. So he brought them back. This week, she calls me up, chats me up. Prabhu, I need another 20 sets. Oh, really? Because I got a hold of Ron Singh. Ron, send those right away to her. She's doing an event this weekend. This girl can barely walk. Think about it. She can barely walk. And she's selling Bhagavatams while driving Uber. What's she doing? She's preaching to every customer she gets in the car. She has the books on display in the back seat. And look she sold 40 sets. And now she's going to go to 60 sets. And what's she going to do? Keep going. Is she looking for glorification? No. Is she looking for honor? No. Is she looking for money? No. She is only interested in pleasing Srila Prabhupada. And she thanks us, all of us, and thank you all for being a part of this, because many of you contributed for the printing Krishna Gita, as you know, of the Delhi Bhagavatams. We have a fund. We have 140 people, 120 people so far, I believe, that have donated some money towards this project. Okay, great. And we were able to launch it somehow or other, magic. And she was told, Yashoda, she was told by another godbrother, there will be no more, in the BBTI, there'll be no more Delhi Bhagavatams. Good to see you, Krishna Katha. You look like a movie star. There'll be no more Delhi Bhagavatams. And she was in depression, Yashoda Nandana. She was thinking, oh my God. Because think about it, if we didn't print these, there's a few sets floating around on the planet. But after this, they're gone. They're gone. And that is not a good thing. That's a very significant thing. And she is so grateful. She sent me a beautiful appreciation that we're saving her life. Because her life is to distribute Krishna consciousness to other people. And what is the value of words anyway, as Prabhupada said? You can preach to somebody till you're blue in the face. They probably won't listen. I experience that every day. I talk to people, they're looking at me, are you? Okay, I heard that before, go by. But if you can get somebody to take these books, the Delhi Bhagavatams, and inspire them to read them, that is real preaching, Prabhupada told us. So, and the last thing is, this lady, Yashoda Nandana Prabhu, she has a museum of Prabhupada memorabilia in her house. She's got a harmonium that Prabhupada played. She has Prabhupada glasses. She has Prabhupada's dhoti. She has Prabhupada's kurta. She has Prabhupada's, shawl you put over his shoulders. She has bead bags, shoes. So it's our hope eventually that we can make a Prabhupada Memorial Center somewhere and establish Prabhupada as the true spiritual leader of the modern world, and this history of his great adventure will be properly honored and respected instead of disrespected. Nowadays, they don't even sell Prabhupada's books in the temples. They sell the books of these other people, like Radhanath's book, A Journey Home. It's this terrible, terrible book. It's a Mayavadi explanation of our philosophy, and it's very sad. Very sad. But this is going on. And Prabhupada said, this is going on. And what are you going to do? You be your best. It's hard for me, Rachisha, when I hear these people constantly online propagating lies and cheating and misinformation, when all they have to do is repeat what they've heard from their spiritual master without any change, and they refuse to do that. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's enough, I think. So we're going to move forward with our next section of the program. I believe, Ram Raghav, it's a Prabhupada lecture, correct? Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu, it's a lecture. It's about 5.5 minutes long. It's recorded in London, August 5, 1973, and it's called We Get Krishna Consciousness Through the Mercy of Guru and Krishna.
Let's roll that.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam. So Krishna has enemies, Arisudana, and he has to kill them. Krishna has got two business. Paritrana sadhana vinashaya duskita. Miscreants, they are miscreants, the demons who challenge Krishna, who want to compete with Krishna, who want to share with the property of Krishna. They are all enemies of Krishna. And they should be killed. So killing business is all right here for the enemies, not ordinary. Then the next question is, all right, enemies you can kill, admit. But how? You advise me to kill my gurus. Guru Hatya. But if for Krishna's sake, if there is need, you have to kill your guru also. That is the philosophy. For Krishna's sake, if Krishna wants, then you cannot. If Krishna wants that you should kill your guru, then you have to do it. That is Krishna consciousness. Of course, Krishna will not ask you to kill Guru, but because Guru and Krishna is the same. Guru Krishna Kripa, we get Krishna consciousness through the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So, real Guru is never to be killed. But the so-called Guru has to be. The so-called pseudo-Guru, false Guru, he should be killed. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. One Prahlad Maharaj, he was standing. Here is Nrsimhadev is killing his father. Father is Guru. Sarvadeva Maya Guru. Similarly, father is also Guru. At least official Guru. Materially he is Guru. So how Prahlad Maharaj allowed Nrsimhadev to kill his Guru? His father, everyone knows, that Hiranyakashipu is father. Would you like to see that your father is being killed by some person and you will stand, you will not protest? Is that your duty? No, that is not your duty. When your father is attacked, you must protest. At least if you are unable, you must fight. You first of all lay down your life. How is that? My father is being killed in my front. That is your duty. But Prahlad Maharaj did not protest. He could have requested his devotee, my dear sir, Prabhu, my Lord, you can excuse my father. He did it. But he knew that my father is not being killed. It is the body of the father. Later on, he begged for his father in a different way. First of all, when Nrsimhadev was angry, he was killing the body, he knew that the body is not my father. His soul is my father. So let the Lord satisfy himself by killing the body of my father, then I shall save.
Okay, this is a very interesting point, Yashodanandana. I just wanted to comment so there's a clear understanding, everybody, of what Prabhupada's saying here. He's talking about a historical situation that took place thousands of years ago. Okay, different time and circumstance. In this age, we do not kill anybody. Okay, that's the point. There's no question of that. I could remember having this discussion years ago at the Toronto Temple, because these topics would come up, Krishna Katha, and from time to time. And I would clarify to everybody, Lord Chaitanya came not to kill the demons, but to destroy the demoniac mentality of the demoniac, of the people. This is what we're talking about. You don't kill people ever. That's against the rules of mankind. And if you do it, you'll get in trouble, serious trouble. And our business is, we're the ultimate peace formula. You teach them how to get out of this illusion that you're the body, how to get out of this illusion that you are the Lord of everything you survey. You're not. You're just a tiny speck in the universe. So the point is this, very clear, everybody. We do not commit violence on anybody, but we do tell people the truth. And some people would say, oh, don't do that. Look, we have a right to speak, and we will. The truth must be heard and not misrepresented by ambitious, selfish, narcissistic, fake people. That's it. And we're going to move to the next section, which is the chanting of Jaya Radha Madhava. It was a very heavy point. I showed him, my God. Of the bhajan, Prabhupada is going to chant for us. So chant along. Don't be shy. And then we're going to have our reading and discussion led by Yashodanandana Prabhu on this Wednesday night, Chaitanya Charitamrita reading and discussion. Haribo.
Sai. Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava समान भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you from Srimad Bhagavatam 1:1:1. Narayanam namaskritya. Narayanam namaskritya. Naram cheva narottamam. Naram cheva narottamam. Devim saraswatim vyasam. Devim saraswatim vyasam. Tato jayam mudirayat. Tato jayam mudirayat. One should utter the means of conquest, Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, after offering respectful obeisances, 1, to the personality of Godhead Narayana, 2, to the Nara Narayana Rishi, who is the supermost human being, 3, to the Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, then 4, to Srila Vyasadeva, the author, from Srimad Bhagavatam 1-4. Welcome everyone to this reading and discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. As we do every week, we will be reciting a few selected verses from Adi Lila chapter 1 text 18 to 22, which explains the meaning and the benefit of hearing this powerful transcendental literature. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Glory to Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda. Glory to Advaita Chandra and glory to all the devotees of Sri Gaura, Lord Chaitanya. Etina Thakur Gaudiya Ācārya Chenayat Masat. Etinera Charana Bandana Tere Morenat. These three deities of Vrindavana, Madan Mohan, Govinda, and Gopinatha have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Lord Chaitanya. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. Grante Rarambikari Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Tinera Smarane Vigna Vinashana Anayase Nijavanchita Purana. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties, and very easily it enables one to fulfill his own desires. Simangala Charanai Trivida Prakar Vastu Nirdesha Chirvada Namaskara. The invocation involved three processes: defining the objective, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. This particular reading and discussion is conducted from the original 1975 edition of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the non-adulterated, non-polluted, non-interpolated version. All synonyms, translation, and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Ācārya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as the Krishna Consciousness Movement. Today we are reading from Adi Lila, chapter 6, text number 6. Advaita Ācārya Gosai Sakshatishwar Jahara Mahima Nahe Jivera Gochar. Advaita Ācārya, of the name Advaita Ācārya. Gosai, the Lord. Sakshat Ishwar, directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yanhar Mahima, whose glories. Nahe, not. Jivera Gochar, within the reach of the understanding of ordinary living beings. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Ācārya is indeed directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. His glory is beyond the conception of ordinary living beings. Text 7. Mahavishnu Srishtikarena Jagadadikarya Tandra Avatara Sakshat Advaita Ācārya. Mahavishnu, the original Vishnu. Srishti, creation. Karena, does. Jagat Adi, the material world. Karya, the occupation. Tanra, his. Avatara, incarnation. Sakshat, directly. Advaita Ācārya, Prabhu Advaita Ācārya. Translation. Mahavishnu performs all the functions for the creation of the universes. Sri Advaita Ācārya is his direct incarnation. Text number 8. Ye Purusha Srishti Stiti Karena Mayai Ananta Brahmanda Srishti Karena Lilai. Ye Purusha, that personality who, Srishti Stiti, creation and maintenance, Karena, performs, Mayaya, through the external energy, Ananta Brahmanda, unlimited universes, Srishti, creation, Karena, does, Lilaya, by pastimes. Translation. That Purusha creates and maintains with his external energy. He creates innumerable universes in his pastimes. Text number 9. Ichaya ananta murti karena prakash. Eka eka murti karena brahmante pravesh. Ichaya, by his will, ananta murti, unlimited forms. Karena, does. Prakasha, manifestation. Eka eka, each and every. Murte, form. Karena, does. Brahmande, within the universe. Pravesha, entrance. Translation. By his will, he manifests himself in unlimited forms, in which he enters each and every universe. Text number 10. Se purushera amsa advaita nahi kichubeda. Sharira vishesha tandra nahi kavicheda. Say that purushera of the Lord, amsha, part, Advaita, Advaita Ācārya, nahi, not, kichu, any, beda, difference, sharira vishesha, another specific transcendental body, tanra, of him, nahi kavicheda, there is no separation. Translation. Sri Advaita Ācārya is a plenary part of that Purusha, and so is not different from him. Indeed, Sri Advaita Ācārya is not separate, but is another form of that Purusha. Text 11. Sahaya karena tandra kaya pradhan, koti brahmanda karena ichaya nirman. Sahaya karena, he helps. Tanra, his. Laya, with. Pradhana, the material energy. Koti Brahmanda, millions of universes. Karena, does. Ichaya, only by the will. Nirmana, creation. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasme Shigurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Pashatya Desatarine Bhakti Siddhanta Shishyaya Bhakti Vedanta Namine Prasannaya Prashantaya Tasme Shigurave Namaha Bhagavad Vandanam Kadyam Guru Vandana Purvakam Kshiram Sharkara Yuktam Kadate Visheshataham Adadana Strinam Danteridam Yachi Punaha Punaha Srimadru Papadam Bhoja Dulisyam Janma Janmani Amsho Bhagavatos Myaham Sadadaso Asmi Sarvata Tat Kripa Pikshako Nityam Tat Presta Satkaromisvam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We learn from Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna explains, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Krishna says that everything comes from him. All material and spiritual phenomena comes from Krishna. Now, this is very important, and it confirms what we learn from Prabhupada's teachings, where he quotes from different Upanishads and parts of the Vedas. Prabhupada one time defined, he says, the definition of God is given in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Yato Vayimani Bhutani Jayante. that God is that person from whom everything it comes from, everything is manifested from him. He maintains everything, and at the end, everything is unwound by God himself. So this is very important. In the transcendent Leela of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Ācārya occupies a very important position. He is a member of the Panchatattva, the four different principal personalities that associate with Lord Chaitanya. We all have heard about Lord Nityananda, who is incarnation of Lord Balaram. In this particular chapter, we are dealing with the exalted theological position of Advaita Ācārya. He is considered an incarnation of Mahavishnu. This is very important. And we will see as part of these discussions that even though somebody may be born in the family of Advaita Ācārya, unfortunately, due to the influence of providence, sometimes such persons also will deviate. Advaita Ācārya had 6 sons, 3 of whom followed his teachings carefully, and 3 of whom deviated from his teachings. Now, this is especially important because Prabhupada later on in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in some of his purports has also explained that in the modern times, the followers of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, also some of them deviated. They did not follow his instructions and his orders. Now, this is especially significant because sometimes people will say, oh, these people are exalted persons, they're exalted souls, they did so much for the mission of Bhaktisiddhanta. Yes, no one is denying their good fortune. No one is denying the service they have done, but this is not an excuse or an entitlement to become whimsical, to engage in whimsical nonsense behavior. This is especially important because in the Leela, the transcendental pastime of Advaita Ācārya, we will see how Srila Prabhupada describes, and Krishnadas Kaviraj himself describes, that due to the influence of providence, some of these unfortunate events took place. Because sometimes people will ask, well, how can this take place? These people had so much personal association with Prabhupada. They went on morning walks with Prabhupada. They received so many personal letters from Prabhupada. They had so many personal living conversations with Prabhupada. They were confidential devotees in the organization of his mission. How can these people do what they did? How can they deviate? Well, one simple explanation is given by Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami himself. He used the word Daivena Karena, by the influence of providence. But there is a lesson to be learned from this. It's not simply that one should despair and think that everything is finished. No. Some individuals may have misused their independence, may have become whimsical and engaged in inappropriate whimsical behavior, like members of the post-1937 Gaudiya Math, and also many members of the post-1977 ISKCON, what I call the LGEP, the Living Guru Experimental Project. Every year, a new whimsical behavior. Prabhupada had given very clear instructions before he departed on how he wanted things to be conducted in his mission. Everything was given. How he wanted the books to be handled, how you wanted the deity worship to be handled, how you wanted the artiques and the morning and evening programs to be handled, how you wanted the preaching activities and the book distribution to be handled, what he expected from his chief disciples or chief associates with regard to Varnashram, with regards to Gurukul, with regards to taking care of devotees. Prabhupada gave so many instructions. And the instruction of who the Ācārya or Acharyas would be, he would not give, he would forget, or he would miss the point. No, he already had everything established. It was not complicated. All that people had to do is follow the instructions. But by whimsical behavior, some people concocted, they thought they knew better than the Ācārya. They had a more understanding of the philosophy than the Ācārya. I don't know if many of you noticed, during Prabhupada's manifested presence, various individuals within the deviated Gaudiya Math started to preach that Bhaktivedanta Swami or Swami Maharaj was deviating from the tradition. They started to say, oh, his danda is too long because a sannyasi's danda should only be up to the top of his head. And you see that picture of Prabhupada with his danda is like 8-10 inches higher. They would say, oh, Swami Maharaj is wearing silk. That should not be for a sannyasi. Swami Maharaj is wearing gold cufflinks. Swami Maharaj is allowing men and women to live together. Or that is, Swami Maharaj is engaging in brokering marriages. That is not in the tradition. Swami Maharaj is allowing people to dress like regular karmis to distribute Bhagavatams. Oh, that is not in the tradition. They had so many nonsense excuses to criticize him. So many excuses. Prabhupada refers to this in the Nectar of Instruction in one of his purports, how some neophyte godbrothers were unable to appreciate the extraordinary activities of his preaching Krishna consciousness all over the world. But part of that preaching meant that some things were unprecedented, like taking a boat across the ocean. In the Vedas, this is forbidden for sannyasis because it's very difficult to keep clean on a boat in the ocean. There are so many things that Prabhupada did that were unprecedented. The very nature of his preaching was unprecedented. So naturally, some envious person and some ambitious persons criticized him. Same thing with his divine grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When he was preaching and started his mission, many caste Goswamis in Navadvip and Bengal, Radhakund Babajis, they all teamed up against him. They were preaching against him because they saw his influence was rising. His powerful preaching was attracting so many people. So they engaged a professional pundit to criticize him, claiming, oh, you're not following the tradition. The list of disciplic succession that you have given is not bona fide because it doesn't give the list of all the warm bodies, Diksha Gurus in the line. Therefore, this is bogus. You took sannyas, you don't have a sannyas guru. You have a Brahmin thread, but Gorkishore never wore a Brahmin thread. So many nonsense, envious criticism. This was there during the time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. These caste Goswamis claim you are deviating from the tradition. And Srila Prabhupada was also subjected to the same nonsense, envious criticisms from some of his godbrothers. This is very important because now we see that some of Prabhupada's disciples, some misguided, ambitious so-called disciples, pseudo-disciples, are preaching, oh, Prabhupada's arrangement for initiation, that is not in a tradition. Do they know tradition better than Prabhupada? Do you know better the tradition, the Mahabhagavat Shakti Avatar, the empowered representative of Lord Chaitanya? They think they do. But when we look at their history and the history of these Order 11, we find that many of their activities and statements are not in a tradition. Now, we're not going to go publicly, excuse me, I'm having some allergy issues here. We're not going to go publicly into every detail of what they have done. It's known, it's on the internet. So we have to ask ourselves the question. It is well understood from study of the Shastras like Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Bhagavatam that the empowered Ācārya is not subject to the 4 defects of common materialistic conditioned soul. Brahm Pramad Vipralisha Karana Patava Arsha Vignya Dosha Nahi He Sava. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj explains that great liberated souls and great sages Their writings are not subject to the defects of material existence, cheating, imperfect senses, illusion, like that. So are we to consider that Prabhupada did not know about guru or living guru or tradition or disciplic succession? He perfectly knew, and he knew how to adjust it according to time, place, and circumstance. When Prabhupada was with us, many of his godbrothers said, Swami Maharaj has become a marriage broker. He's taken part in marrying his disciples. This is not the business of sannyasi. This is not in the tradition. So many nonsense things they were saying. Prabhupada one time said, the problem with all these caste Goswamis and so-called Babajis is that they have not done anything to move forward the movement of Lord Chaitanya, not even an inch. And this is the problem with those people that claim to be the big leaders of the LJEP, the Living Guru Experimental Project. They don't follow Prabhupada's teachings. They change the teachings. They change the books. They change Prabhupada's statements. They adulterate, they concoct, they manufacture, and then they say, oh, no, you have to accept us, we are the authorities, because Prabhupada said we're the ultimate managerial authority. But what are you managing? You're managing what? Concoction? Changing his books? Kicking out his followers? Misrepresenting his teachings? You could not manage the Gurukul children very well. Most of them were abused and molested under your so-called management, but yet you say, oh, we follow the tradition. Well, you don't follow Prabhupada's tradition. You don't follow this disciplic succession. There's never been any Ācārya engage in illicit sex with men, women, and possibly children as well in this disciplic succession. Which so-called tradition do you represent? We do know that the Ācārya, the pure devotee, Shakti Vaishnavatar from Shastra, is directly in touch with Krishna 24 hours a day. Prabhupada confirms this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in Vyanta-lila, chapter 5, text 71. That when the spiritual master speaks, it's to be understood that Krishna is speaking through him. So are we to consider that Prabhupada made a mistake and became illusion in choosing 11 individuals who were unfit for the position of Ācārya? Did Krishna make a mistake too, telling his pure devotee to choose the wrong person? These people do not think about the consequences of what they say and what they do. Prabhupada explains in this purport, one is forbidden to accept the guru or spiritual master as an ordinary human being. Gurushu naramatihi. When Ramananda Roy spoke to Pradyumna Mishra could understand that Ramananda Roy was not an ordinary human being. A spiritually advanced person who acts with authority as the spiritual master speaks as the supreme personality of Godhead dictates from within. Thus, it is not he that is personally speaking. When a pure devotee or spiritual master speaks, what he says should be accepted as having been directly spoken by the supreme personality of Godhead in the Parampara system. From Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya-lila, chapter 5, text 71. So think about this for a moment. We do know that Krishna is always in touch with his pure devotee 24 hours a day. He gives them complete guidance, complete instruction. So, but this is a very important point for those people who claim with the illusory idea that Prabhupada appointed these original 11 as successor gurus or Diksha gurus. And now it has been shown by historical evidence they all have deviated or fallen down. So did Krishna make a mistake by telling Prabhupada to choose the wrong kind of Ācārya? Unfit Ācārya? Unqualified Ācārya? We know that this is impossible according to the Shastra. But they refused to accept Srila Prabhupada's instruction to act as simple representative and emphasize him as the actual Ācārya. They will not do that. They will say, oh, this is not in a tradition. No one has ever done this before. Well, it's been done before between 1972 and 1977. And this is a good historical lesson to be learned, that those people who become too ambitious and disregard the instruction of the Ācārya, there's a lot of trouble for them now and in the future. They can always come back to their senses and agree to follow Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Society, and the PDA, Prabhupada Disciples Association, follows in their footsteps. We advocate that anybody who becomes initiated should follow Prabhupada's instruction, become his student, become his follower, follow the discipline given by Srila Prabhupada, thus become a bona fide initiated disciple according to the instruction of his divine grace. This is what we stand for, and exclusively worship Srila Prabhupada, obeisances to Prabhupada, Guru Puja to Prabhupada, Vyasa Puja to Prabhupada, pictures on the altar, only Prabhupada in a bona fide disciplic succession. None of this nonsense of jumping on trampolines and claiming that they're the acharyas of this and that. This is all madness. That does not follow the tradition, to whom it may concern. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Glories to Srila Prabhupada and his wonderful pastimes. If you think about it, Yashodanandana Prabhu, this whole experience that we are fortunately going through, meeting Prabhupada in the 60s, yourself, myself in 1970, 71, getting initiation, experiencing Prabhupada's personal association, especially at the Mayapur festivals, which were always out of this world, transcendental experiences for fallen souls like this, was almost inconceivable how this happened, how we got dragged in to the Sankirtan movement by Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. And we're still in it. And we're still active in serving our spiritual master and promoting the fact that he still lives in sound with all of us. Yes, we are. All of you know, we are very serious about that. Krishna Gata knows he was a policeman for 34 years. He was committed to his work. Now he's committed to this, life, soul, even death, if he has to serve Prabhupada's mission. Of course, we're not saying that. But think about it like this, Prabhus. Think about it like this. If you take milk, milk is pure, and you put a drop of urine in it, can you drink it? Will you? No, you won't. If you go online, you can. It's not about us. Yashoda's talked about these mistakes. How many mistakes have been made by our God brothers, the GBC, against Prabhupada that are recorded without doubt online? How many? Could you say 5,000? Well, I'm going to say it's more than that, 50,000. There have been so many drops of urine put into the milk. This whole thing is contaminated. This so-called mission that they're running. And you see this Hinduization of ISKCON in America and Canada. And my godbrothers are going around, some of the ones that are my spies. They went to the San Francisco Rath Yatra. Yeah. Well, excuse me, Festival of India. Sorry. That's the official word. It's not Rath Yatra anymore. It's Festival of India. Are they distributing Prabhupada's books? No. Have they changed the kirtans? Yes. Have they changed the guru system? Yes. Have there been thousands of fall downs by these people? Yes. Have they stolen $1 billion? Yes. Milk touched by urine? Do you want to associate with that? Do you want to drink it? Don't go around these people. It's a mistake. And when people go around it that we know, they become confused. Very confused. Bewildered. There's an example, Yashodanandana Prabhu, of a devotee who was kind of a movie star type person. He's Chinese. And he came to visit me recently. And he's been involved as the Sankirtan leader for some time. He's dropped out right now from LA Temple. So he's been involved in preaching, different types of so-called book distribution programs. But he's confused. He's so confused. I've tried to talk to him. Poisoned by his association. Is that a lesson for all of us? Yes, it is. It's a lesson. You go around these people, it's like cancer. It's like a cancer. It enters into the mind of the person through the ear. People give misinformation. They get confused. They're not sure what to do. They start saying, oh, this person is a senior Prabhupada disciple. Seniority is not based on age. It's not based on any other qualification than the desire of the person. Personally, I like the new devotees that are joining us. I'm not saying we don't enjoy the association of our God brothers if they come and join, but how many of them are even prepared to come forward and hear anything logically about this process of Vani Vapu? No one, pretty much. Well, what does it say to you? They're contaminated. It's self-evident. It's so obvious, but you can't see it because you're blinded by your own personal narcissistic attitude towards Krishna consciousness. And we talked about it. About a godbrother of ours, I'm not going to discuss it in detail, but I call him up in Montreal. He used to be the former president. He is not interested in, coming and talking to me about anything. What the heck is that? You're supposed to be a friend of mine. We worked together for 10 years, and I call you up, you don't return a call. So this is going on, and it's a reality. Am I upset? No, not at all. Remember, Jesus said this, Yashoda. He said, you should hate the sins, not the sinner. It's the sins that we despise, not the person. And it's self-evident, Ram Raghava, when you go and study the history of what's gone on after Prabhupada's demise. And it's a tragedy. I'm fortunate. But we're going to keep going. We've got another section here called Our Living Guru. And Yashodananda, we've been reading it. It's quite interesting. So let's go to that and carry on with this wonderful evening program, and maybe the morning for you if you're some other part of the world, or if you go online, you can also see us on Hare Krishna Society, on the truth of Guru Tattva, Vani Vapu. Go ahead, Yashoda.
Guru, why did Srila Prabhupada characterize the living Guru advocates so starkly? Answer, we can understand that Srila Prabhupada truly felt it was better to remain a foolish person perpetually directed by Guru Maharaj. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, eyes anointed with spiritual vision. Srila Prabhupada saw Srila Bhaktisiddhanta as always living, present, potent, actively directing the Gaudiya Math, his spiritual mission. But somehow the living Guru advocates saw their eternal preceptor Guru as non-living, absent, impotent. So in a practical sense, they were and are to this day killing him, stifling his desire to give newer and newer students his shelter. According to the living Guru advocates, after his disappearance, the completely Krishna conscious eternal preceptor Guru, whether Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Srila Prabhupada, is no longer truly living. No longer can he personally give shelter. Thus, the spiritual aspirant must choose among various non-realized neophyte living gurus. No longer can the aspirant take shelter of the genuine eternal preceptor Guru, who is completely God-realized. Self-realized, yes, but absent. In this sense, the living Guru advocates really are killing the genuine living Guru. Srila Prabhupada, they make him seem absent and unavailable. But of course, nothing or no one can actually make the genuine living Guru absent and unavailable, as Srila Prabhupada reassured his student Rukmini Dasi after a lecture in Montreal on 18th of August, 1968. Rukmini, I feel so far away from you, when you're not here, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, oh, that you should not think. If the words, there are two conceptions, the physical conception and the vibrational conception. So physical conception is temporary. The vibration conception is eternal, just as we are enjoying or relishing the vibration of Krishna's teaching. So by vibration, he is present. As soon as we chant Hare Krishna or chant Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavat, so he is present immediately by his vibration. He is absolute. Therefore, try to remember his words of instruction. You'll not feel any separation. You'll feel that he is with you. So we should associate by the vibration and not by the physical presence. That is real association. Anavriti sabdat, by sound, just like we are touching Krishna immediately by sound vibration. So we should give more stress on the sound vibration, either of Krishna or of the spiritual master. Then we'll feel happy and no separation. When Krishna departed from this world, at that time, Arjuna was overwhelmed with sorrow, and he began to remember the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. You will find in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he was pacified. So he immediately began to remember the teachings which was taught to him in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he was pacified. He was his constant friend. So when Krishna went to his abode, he was feeling overwhelmed, but he began to remember his teaching. So whenever we shall feel separation, the best thing is to remember the teachings. Then it will be very nice. And in a morning walk conversation in Berkeley on the 21st of July, 1975, Srila Prabhupada reaffirmed his lasting spiritual presence, his presence by message, Vani, Narayana. So those disciples who don't have the opportunity to see you or speak with you, Prabhupada, that he, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, was speaking, Vani and Vapu, presence by message versus presence by body. Even if you don't see his body, you take his words, Vani, Narayana. But how do they know they're pleasing you? Prabhupada, if you actually follow the words of Guru, that means he's pleased. And if you do not follow, how can he be pleased? Sudama, not only that, but by your mercy, spread everywhere. And if we take advantage, you told us once, then we will feel the result. Prabhupada, yes. Jaya Advaita. And if we have faith in what the Guru says, then automatically we'll do that. Prabhupada, yes. My Guru Maharaj passed away in 1936, and I started this movement in 1965, 30 years later. Then I'm getting the mercy of Guru. This is Vani. Even if the Guru is not physically present, if you follow the Vani, then you're getting help. Sudama. So there is no question of ever separation as long as the disciple follows the instruction of Guru. One of the above students to the living Guru advocate now tells spiritual aspirants that they cannot personally get help from Srila Prabhupada. Somehow, somewhere, the new students must find a living guru, regardless of his actual level of realization, even if that means waiting for another birth. Interestingly, you must wait for another birth in the Brahmana caste is the same bodily conception, gobbledygook, that Srila Prabhupada's Western-bodied disciples hear from the caste or smarta Brahmanas. In a lecture given on the 15th of January, 1969, Prabhupada explains the true nature of the spiritual master's message and its potency. So although a physical body is not present, the vibration should be accepted as the presence of the spiritual master, vibration. What we have heard from the spiritual master, that is living. Back to you in the studio. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Well, it's conclusive. It's not speculative. It's a fact. Because bhakti yoga is the yoga of hearing and chanting. Shravanam, kirtanam, Vishnu, smaranam, remembering, worshiping, serving the spiritual master. Because when you hear, you understand. When you understand, then you start to take action. You either act on the material platform, the external energy, or you act from the spiritual platform with a purified understanding of who you are. It's that simple. Of course, it's difficult for people that are materially polluted. And that's everywhere. We live in a society of demons, very demoniac, extremely demoniac people. Now, someone could minimize, well, that's kind of harsh. Well, it's the Kali Yuga. How many billions of animals do they kill every year in the name of food? Billions. It's an ocean of blood. That's what it is. But people think, oh, that's not that serious. Yes, it is. Collective karma. The laws of karma are supreme in the material world. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. This society is gone to hell. And the people are demoniac. Very demoniac. It's sickening, actually. And Prabhupada said this, Krishna Gita, this society is no place for a gentleman or a lady. No. And there's danger at every step, whether it comes by natural disasters, whether it comes by your own body and mind, or whether it becomes from other living entities. There's danger at every step. Look what happened, Ram Raghava, in Minnesota last week. Some transgender guy who used to be Robert became Robin. And I saw some of the testimonies that his journal, Yashoda. They show it on the YouTube. So I clicked it on for a few minutes. This guy was a demon, a real demon. And beyond just demon, he thought he was a woman when he used to be a man. How insane is that? And then there's millions of people supporting it. Well, he has a right. He has a right to do what he thinks is good for him. Pretend, have a sex change from being a man to a woman? Rob Raghava, I have a lady friend who's she's not a transgender. She's lesbian. I've known her for about 14 years, and I try to talk to her occasionally. But she's completely insane. You can't get anywhere with her. She's just completely nuts. Now, do I know? Well, I have samples of experience of this, and it's going on everywhere. So just things to think about, everybody. Let's not be too casual about our life and our use of time. Don't be whimsical with the use of time. You have time, it's very valuable. You have money, you can engage it in Krishna service. You have energy, you can distribute books. You have enthusiasm to carry out the process of devotional service. You can chant every day. You have to get up and be enthusiastic. When I get up in the morning, I tell you this is true. I'm not trying to brag. The first thing I say to myself is, you're completely out of it. Get up and chant your rounds. You're a loser, Vishva. You're a stupid. Get up, wake up, and go start your rounds, and the day will get better for you. And I go ahead. Never give up. I wrote a song like that, Krishna Gita. Never give up. Never, never, never give up. This is the point. Over here, who is this? Oh, you guys argue so much, you just cannot give me one reference from Shastra. Where is it written? That spiritual master can initiate after his death. We just did a whole 2-hour session on it, whoever you are. The problem with you is you can't fix stupid. You're stupid. Anyway, enough of this. We'll have fun. Ram Raghava, let's go to the next section. Is it the... What's the next?
This is part 3 of the same lecture from August 5, 1973 in London. It's about 6 minutes, and this part is called "To Become a Devotee is the Greatest Qualification."
Okay, so we'll do that, then we'll read the 10 offenses, we'll chant our rounds together, and we'll carry on. Haribo.
So Prahlad Maharaj, Nrsimhadev offered Prahlad Maharaj, now you can take any kind of benediction you like. The Prahlad Maharaj replied, my Lord, we are materialists. I am born of a father absolutely materialist. So, I am also, because I am born of a materialist father, I am also materialist. And you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are offering to give me some benediction. I can take any kind of benediction from you, I know that. But what is the use of it? Why shall I ask you for any benediction? I have seen my father, materially, he was so powerful that even the demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they were threatened by red eyes. And he gained over control over the universe. He was so powerful. And riches, wealth, power, reputation, everything complete. But you have finished it in 1 second. So why you are offering me such benediction? What shall I do with them? If I take that benediction from you and I become puffed up and do everything wrong against you, then you can finish it within a second. So kindly do not offer me such benediction, such material offerings. Better give me benediction to be engaged in the service of your servant. I want this. Let me be benedicted by you that I may be engaged in the service of your servant, not directly your servant. Then after many prayers, after pacifying the Lord, he was very angry. Then when he was little pacified, he asked, my dear Lord, I can ask you one another benediction. That my father was very, very staunch enemy of you. That was the cause of his death. Now I ask you, kindly excuse him and give him liberation. Oh, this is Vaishnava sign. He did not ask anything for himself. And although he knew that his father was the greatest enemy, still he is asking his benediction. This poor fellow may be liberated. So, Lord Singh guaranteed, said, my dear Prahlad, not only your father, but your father's father, his father, up to 14th generation, all are liberated. Because you are born in this family. So, anyone who has become a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, he is giving the greatest service to the family. Because in relationship with him, his father, mother, anyone, they will be liberated. Just like you have got experience, if a person dies in the fight immaturely, his family is taken care of by the government. Similarly, to become a devotee is the greatest qualification. He has got everything. Jatra yogeshwara hari, jatra dhanadhara. But when there is Krishna and when there is devotee, all victory, all glories are there. That is guaranteed.
Yes, where there is Krishna and where there his bona fide disciples, all victory is guaranteed. And sadly, this material world of confusion, delusion, is an obstacle that we must all overcome in our journey, Krishna Katha, back home, back to Godhead, in our wonderful association. And thank you, Shyam Sundar Das in Australia. And I gave him the name, the Samosa King. I take credit for that because he distributes prasadam every week at his place, his storefront. I think he does, Krishna Katha, I think he does over 1,000 samosas a week. And he has a machine, a very interesting machine. And he cooks at night. So right now he's in the kitchen cooking because the time zones are different. And that's why he can't come physically on Saturday and Sunday, but he watches the channel on Hare Krishna Society YouTube, which is an opportunity for people to get this association even though they're in different time zones. And, you know, our hats off to him. And by the way, we distributed 6 sets of, I think it was 6, maybe 12. I think we sent, maybe 2 boxes to him so far. And we're hoping that he'll place another order if he has a chance to distribute these books to other people that he's preaching to in his endeavors to spread Krishna consciousness in a very effective way through prasadam distribution. Very effective. So there are lots of ways. And thank you, Roy in Mississippi, for your participation in the book distribution. I know you've done, okay, I'm going to have to apologize, Yashodanandana Prabhu. I don't know if it's 6 or 12 sets, but it was at least one case. And Vinay Sandeep, we're thinking of helping him as a PR agent for our group. Krishna Kata for his work. Bhakti and Amber, we're also going ahead with the distribution. We're setting up a program online for the Delhi Bhagavatams, and with her help and others. And Shreya for all the wonderful service, and Ron Singh for his jump to the duty mentality. I called him yesterday, Ram Raghava. I said, Ron, Hare Krishna, he's doing a big renovation of his center right now. I said, brother, we need to send books to San Francisco, 20 sets. We need to send another case of Bhagavatams to Bombay, to Rupa Goswami. Oh yeah, because as soon as the books show up in India, they're distributed. So there's lots of things that we're going to fix as we move forward in our distribution of the Delhi Bhagavatam. So please, all of you, I didn't mention everybody. By the way, there's the Forest Temple, Prabhu, constantly sending me messages, giving me all kinds of updates on different pastimes he's been involved in. So thank you very much, Forest Temple. And Radharani, who was originally in Hawaii, and now she's in Kansas. Very interesting pastimes she's had in her life. And Sonora Temple, I don't know how many people are attending, but thank you for coming, Sonora Temple. And Viprahita Das, thank you for your donations for the book distribution program. Thank you very much. And Rochisha, of course, our soldier. So all of us here, we are gathered together as a team to spread Prabhupada's mission and tell the truth. And are we angry? I'd say we're really mad because they're offending our guru, Srila Prabhupada, and we cannot tolerate that. So we'll work together as a team to do so many good things to change this current Maya situation that we are confronting every day. Ram Raghava, what's next on the program? Go ahead.
The recitation of the 10 offenses followed by one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, and thank you, VPT. He gives mixed responses whenever asked directly. He's just making it up. Everybody's got blah, 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 flapping tongues. Haribo, let's go. 10 offenses.
Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 8, Offenses to be Avoided. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. First, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Sometimes the atheistic class of men take it that any demigod is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But one who is a devotee knows that no demigod, however great he may be, is independently as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if someone thinks that he can chant Kali, Kali or Durga, Durga, and it is the same as Hare Krishna, that is the greatest offense. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Because by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can be freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. It should not be taken that one may continue to act sinfully and after that chant Hare Krishna to neutralize his sins. Such a dangerous mentality is very offensive and should be avoided. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. Karma Kanda. Ninth, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Anyone can take part in chanting the holy name of the Lord, but in the beginning one should not be instructed about the transcendental potency of the Lord. Those who are too sinful cannot appreciate the transcendental glories of the Lord, and therefore it is better not to instruct them in this matter. 10th, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success.
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Let us offer our respectful obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances. We all offer our respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like these are trees, and who are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Thanks, everybody, for participating in this lively reading and discussion. Thanks, Vishwakarma Prabhu in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, Ram Raghava Prabhu in Georgia, and Viprahita Prabhu and his good wife, Rashikeshwari, the parents of Ram Raghava, both initiated disciples of Sapra Prabhupada, also in Georgia. Rochisa Devi Dasi, dans la belle province de Quebec, Krishna Kata in San Diego or somewhere close by, and Sinor Temple, wherever you are, Shyamasundar Prabhu, the Samosa King in Australia, Bhakta Roy in Mississippi, Bhakta Binay in South India, Ember, Bhaktin Ember in Alaska, St. Mary's, Alaska, Radharani, wherever you are. Thanks everybody for participating, and we welcome you again on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, corresponding to 10 a.m. Eastern Board Time. And our good friend Vijay Pandit is coming from Italy tomorrow to spend a little time. Somebody's got to come here and straighten me out. So he's going to be here for a month. That should be enough time for him to be able to do that. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you all soon. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey! Play that bass, chant your peace. Don't be shy, chant along, chant along.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.